can taste you. I can taste your words. I can taste I can taste your words. I can taste
Hello and good evening, everyone. I'm Katie McManus, business strategist and money mindset coach, coming to you live this Friday night. I'll be honest, I almost forgot to go live today. I was like getting ready for bed and I'm like, oh crap. I still did do that. Today is day 29 of my 30-day challenge with Lauren Lefkowitz. The consequence, if I missed today, was that I'd have to sing a song of her choosing and record myself and share it on the interwebs. And we all know that's not going to happen because no one wants that. Anyway, so here I am. I wanted to talk this evening about something that I have to talk through with most of my clients. Okay. And it's this sticking point where when you're starting a business and when you're in early days and before anything is predictable, okay, there's a tendency to want to focus on the results. Right? So like, let's imagine you've just started a business. You have about, hi, Heather, welcome. You have about like 1,500 connections on LinkedIn. Maybe you have 200 on your Instagram account. You're posting, you're sharing. And you tend to get really frustrated because your posts aren't getting a ton of comments. They're not getting a ton of likes. I'm here. The party can start. Yes, it can. Woo! But here's what I want you to remember is that it takes time. Like for the results to come through, like it just takes time and it takes consistency and it takes getting better. And the only way you're going to get better at creating content that can get engagement is by continuing to create it. Okay. What I see happening with my clients and with people who like are just starting to work with me, it's really like I talk them out of it pretty quickly. But there's this obsession, this tendency to want to be obsessed with like, oh, I need to get clients and oh, I need to get engagement on social media and oh, I need this other thing and this other thing. And like only 3 people came to my webinar. And yes, absolutely. Like those metrics matter. Like I'm not saying that they don't, but here's why it shouldn't be the focus for those early days of you being in business. Right? When you're in your early days and things are not predictable and you're still kind of trying to figure out what your offer is, maybe you like decided and you're putting it out there for the first time. Yes, the metrics matter. Yes, the reaction to it. Yes, you getting clients matters. But when you get obsessed with it, when it's all you focus on, when you become like just so tunnel visioned into the results that you're getting or not getting, what ends up happening is you start feeling paralyzed. You start feeling like you are trapped, like you're a victim of the circumstances of the results that you're getting, right? And what happens when we end up in that space? Well, let me tell you, you stop working. Because when you feel powerless, when you feel like, I'm just in this like corner right now where I only have these things available to me, you don't get creative. You start seeing everything you're doing is not worth it. Right. And like, sure, it may not be worth it, but you're not at the point where you even have a chance to know yet because you haven't been doing it long enough. Right. When you're starting a business, it takes a great deal of faith. Okay. Faith that it's going to work out. You don't need to know how it's going to work out is the main point here. But you have to have faith that it is going to work out. And because you have faith that it is going to work out, you need to focus on the things you do, the work you do day in and day out. Because when you focus in on the work and you hold pride for yourself for having done this and this and this and this every single day to get your name out there, to get your work out there, it makes a world of difference, right? Like you aren't focused in on the results, so you're not putting yourself in this like mental like powerlessness and the spiritual powerlessness that comes from feeling like, oh, the results just aren't coming to you. You get very firmly planted in this idea that I'm doing everything I can and I'm doing it to the best of my ability every single fucking day, right? And there's a lot of power in that. And really, like, that's what it takes to start getting the results, right? And I know there's a lot of people out there who are like, well, like go and check your metrics on like how many views you've gotten and this and that and the other thing. Yes, absolutely, but later. Later. It's not useful information right now. As a business owner, especially if you're promoting yourself online, like we tend to cross over a little too much with influencers and people who are like doing social media as their job. Okay, so the metrics that they measure by, that they're telling you you should measure by, are a little different, right? What matters in the early days is that you're consistent. What matters in the early days is that you're getting better at creating content. All right. Yeah. Yes, if you stick with it, you are going to get clients. Okay. If you have the right guidance and you have the right support, then you will get clients. But stop focusing on all the results. Okay. The results are just going to fuck you up. Like, honestly. I know this from like a whole career in sales. When you're having a bad month in sales, all you can think about is how everyone you've spoken to has said no. And so what happens? Law of attraction. You call in more no's into your world, right? And then you start feeling powerless. And then you get into this slump. And then you get down on yourself. And then you get afraid about losing your job. And like the whole spiral just starts there. And it's really hard to dig yourself out of it. You know, part of being good at sales is managing your mindset and being able to pull yourself out of slumps, because it happens to everyone. It's a little more rough when you're running a business because it's not like you have a paycheck coming anyway. It's not like you have all this security around you. It's not like you have a team that you can lean into to ask for help. So just want to like remind you, you're doing the work. Okay. And if you're not doing the work, go do the work. Put the focus on doing the work. The results will come. All right. If you're not really sure what you're doing, if you're like, yeah, but like I'm doing the work and I have no idea if this is what I'm supposed to be doing, then you need to learn what to do. That's not a skill that we're teaching kids. It's not a skill that I bet you learned ever in your life. So reach out to me. If you're watching my live right now, chances are you want to start a business or you're in the early stages of starting a business. And if you're struggling, there is absolutely no reason under the sun for you to suffer and struggle like this. All right. The only reason you're putting yourself here is because you're choosing to. There is so much help available to you to help you figure out exactly what work you need to do every single day. You just have to stop being a weenie and go ask for it. All right. So anyway, with that, I'm going to go to bed. It's 9:30 and I'm tired. So Heather, thank you for joining the party. And everyone else, thank you. I see the number has gone up, but I don't know how many are actually here and I'm not seeing all the comments. So anyway, I'm Katie McManus, business strategist and money mindset coach. Have a great night, everyone. And I will see you tomorrow. Mwah! Bye.